Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you'd be fine. We have started a new chapter, chapter number 10 of book 2, Think New Syllabus Mathematics, in which we are going to learn about trigonometric ratios. I think you would have heard of this name before, but even if you haven't learned anything about it, you are going to enjoy this topic a lot. It's very interesting, in which we are going to deal with a right angle triangle, from where we are going to try to build the relationship between the sides and the angles. So in this type of triangles, what will happen, that you'll be provided with only one angle, which we call as the theta. So one of the angle is understood, that is 90-degree angle, since it's a 90-degree angle, right angle triangle, where we have to identify according to the given angle, that which of the side would be adjacent or which of the sides would be opposite. So if we talk about a triangle, right angle triangle over here, students, so in this right angle triangle, basically we have three types. This is the hypotenuse, and the two sides adjacent to it that are perpendicular to each other are base and height. So if we are provided with one of the angles here, right? Let's say this is angle A. Then in this situation, what will happen? According to this angle, we will decide that which of these two perpendicular lines would be base or height. If the angle is over here, then the side adjacent to it, this side is adjacent to angle A, and hence this side would become the base. Whatever side is adjacent to this angle would become the base, and the angle and the side that is opposite to it, this side becomes the opposite to it, becomes the height of this triangle. This is how you have to identify the opposite and the adjacent side of a given triangle. And why do we need to find it? Because we have to figure out that which formula are we going to use, sine, cosine, or tangent, for the given formula. So if we talk about another triangle where we are provided with angle over here, so this would be the hypotenuse, okay? And I will write it down as HYP. But this time, this side would become adjacent, okay? So then since this is adjacent side, so it becomes base. And now this side is opposite, so it becomes the height. Because this one is the right angle. Now, in this question number 1, we have to identify, we are provided with a triangle over here, where the angle is given over here. And as we have learned that if angle is given over here, this side would be the adjacent side, right? So we are going to write it down as adjacent. And adjacent side would always be the base. And this side would become, the opposite. And opposite side would always be the height. So this one would be the height. And what do we have to do? We have to identify, we have to name the hypotenuse. So in this one, the hypotenuse would be QP or PQ, right? The side opposite to angle A is RP or PR, and the side adjacent, that is the base, would be to angle A is QR. This is how you have to do this type of a question. Now in part B, again, this is a right angle triangle. This is angle A. So this would become the adjacent side. Mark them as adjacent. Adjacent side would always be the base. This side would become the opposite side. This side is the opposite one, because we have to figure out the angles, the sides according to the given angle, okay? The opposite side becomes the height. So this one would be the height. And remember, the side that is opposite to this 90-degree angle would always be the hypotenuse. So this one would become the hypotenuse. So in this case, hypotenuse would be yx. Number 2, the adjacent side would be yz. And number 3, the opposite side would be zx or xz. Now, before starting question number 2, let us understand that what is sine A, what is tan A, what is cos A. These are the 3 formulas. So in right angle triangle ABC or whatever it is, if the angle is given, if any angle is of 90 degrees, then we can use 3 of the formulas. What are the 3 formulas? The 3 formulas are sine theta. Theta means the angle given. Sine theta is equals to the opposite side upon the hypotenuse. And the opposite side is always the perpendicular. So you can say perpendicular upon hypotenuse. You can use either formulas. Then comes the cos theta. Cos theta means the adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So adjacent side is the base. So we can say base upon hypotenuse. And then comes the third formula, that is tan theta, which is opposite side upon adjacent side, or we can say perpendicular upon base. Okay. Since I like these formulas, so I'll use these formulas. If you like the opposite and adjacent sides, so you can use that formula as well as you like. Now, what do we have to do? In this question, we have to identify sine A, cos A, and tan A for each of the following right angle triangles. Now, in this one, they are saying that if we have been provided with the angle at point A, here is the angle, so this side would become the adjacent side, and this becomes the opposite side. This is the opposite side. Okay. Hypotenuse, it has no ambiguity, so this would be the hypotenuse. Okay. So if we have to find sine angle A, sine A means angle A, so it would be opposite upon hypotenuse or perpendicular upon hypotenuse. In this case, what is the perpendicular? BC upon hypotenuse is 13. Or let me write BA. So BC, the length of BC is 5 and that of BA is 13. So this would be sine A. And if we talk about cos A, so cos A is equals to base upon hypotenuse. So in this case, the base would be CA upon BA. Hypotenuse would remain same, that is BA. B8, the angle A or angle B. And in this case, CA, the length of CA is 12 and that of hypotenuse is 13. So it would be 12 upon 13. And then comes the third formula, that is the tan A, which would be perpendicular upon base. Okay, do not get confused. Adjacent side is the base and opposite side, it's not opposite. Opposite side is the perpendicular line, right? So this would be 10. Perpendicular is equals to 5 upon 12. So this would be tan A. If you want to simplify it, you can simplify these formulas. Otherwise, it's not needed. Now we have to do the same, choosing angle B. So this time what will happen? The base and the adjacent sides would be changed. This is angle B. So this side would become adjacent and this side would become perpendicular. Adjacent side is the base and opposite side is the perpendicular. So the three formulas would be changed like sine B, cos B, and tan B. So sine B is equals to opposite upon hypotenuse, that is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Do not forget to write the formulas, otherwise you'll get confused. Or then we have base upon hypotenuse and then perpendicular upon base. So in this case, perpendicular would be 12, hypotenuse would remain same. And base would be 5, hypotenuse would be same. But perpendicular upon base would be 12 upon 5. So you see, the cos A and sine A are the same. This is sine A and cos B. They are the same. Similarly, cos A and sine B are the same. But when it comes to tangent, the formulas would be reversed, are inverse of each other. This is 5 upon 12, so this would be 12 upon 5. Now let's do the same thing for part B. First, they are asking us to find out sine A, cos A, tan A. So in this case, first we have to identify that what would be A. If we are taking A over here, then this side would become adjacent and this would be the opposite side. So this would be the base and this would be perpendicular. That is the opposite side. Okay. And this would remain the hypotenuse. This is the largest side would always be the hypotenuse. There would be no ambiguity in that. Now, let us write down sine A, cos A, tan A. Okay. So if we talk about sine A, this would be perpendicular upon base. Cos A is equals to base upon tan. Hypotenuse, and tan is equals to perpendicular upon base. Okay, now write down their names. So perpendicular is BC upon BA, CA upon BA, and BC upon CA. So this is 24 upon 25, then 7 upon 25, and then 24 upon 7, right? So without even solving it, now we can say that since sine A is 24 upon 25, so cos B would be 24 upon 25. Similarly, if cos A is 7 upon 25, so sine B would be 7 upon 25. And if tan A is 24 upon 7, then tan B would be 7 upon 24. Let's see. First of all, let us mark them. So, since we are taking B as the angle now, so this would be the adjacent side. That is the base. And this would be the opposite side, right? That is the perpendicular. And this would remain the hypotenuse. So the formulas would be like sine B, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. This would be CA upon BA. Then cos B would be adjacent upon hypotenuse, that is BC upon BA. And tangent would be the opposite, that is CA upon BC. So in this case, CA is 7 upon 25. You see, I told you cos A and sine B would be the same. Then BC is 24 upon 25. So you see, sine A is similar to it. And then comes tangent. So CA is 7 and BC is 24. So the formula would be reverse of 24 upon 7. This is how we have to identify the formulas. That's just a game of identifying the perpendicular and the base of the given angle and then putting the values according to the given formulas. Now let's do question number 3 the same way, where we are provided with a triangle PQR. First, we have to take P as the angle. So this side would become adjacent, the base, and this would be the opposite side, that is the perpendicular. Okay, so sine P is equals to perpendicular, that is y upon z. Cos P is equals to adjacent upon hypotenuse, and tan P is equals to y upon x, right? Perpendicular upon adjacent sides. And when we talk about the angles for Q, so sine Q would be equal to cos P. So it would be x upon z. Similarly, cos Q would be equals to y upon z. And tan Q would be the inverse of y upon x, that is x upon y. So you see, this is that easy how we can solve these type of questions. So for now, we have completed till question number 3. Inshallah, in the next video, we are going to solve few more questions. Until then, take care. Do not forget to share it with your friends and do subscribe to my channel if you are new. Take care. Allah Hafiz.